Hello everyone. In this class, I am going to teach you about electronic cash ledger. See, in the previous classes, I explained about goods and service tax and how to pass the journal entries under goods and service tax. Please watch that class first and proceed with this one. And I will provide the link in the description box. First, we will see the meaning of electronic cash ledger. It is an electronic form of passbook for GST. It is an electronic form of passbook for goods and service tax. These e-ledgers, they are available to all the GST registrants. Means these e-ledgers, they are available only to the GST registrants on the GST portal. So the electronic cash ledger, they are available on the GST portal and only to the GST registrants. Here it is an online ledger. This electronic cash ledger, it is an online ledger maintained on the GST portal and it acts like a digital wallet. How? Because here the taxpayers use it to deposit and manage the payments required for tax liabilities, interest, penalties, fees and other charges. Means what? Here the taxpayers first they will deposit the required amount in the electronic cash ledger, and afterwards they make the payments they are required for tax liabilities. Means what? CGST means Central Goods and Service Tax, or SGST, and IGST or UTGST, it means Union Territory Goods and Service Tax, or any other cess, or any interest, penalties, fees and other charges. Means they will utilize the deposit for payment of tax liabilities, interest, penalties, fees and other charges. So that's why we will call electronic cash ledger as a digital wallet. Now we will see the features of electronic cash ledger. In that first feature, that is deposits. It means what? Here you can deposit the money through various methods. Means here you can deposit the money in the electronic cash ledger through various methods like net banking or any debit or credit cards or NEFT or RTGS. Through we can deposit the amount in the electronic cash ledger, and this deposited amount we have to utilize the deposited amount. For what? Here the funds in the ledger can only be used for specific purposes like paying the tax liabilities or any interest, penalties or fees. So the first feature of electronic cash ledger is deposit, and second one utilize, means how to utilize the deposited amount in the electronic cash ledger. Means they have to use only for specific purposes. And third feature, that is segregation. Means here there are mainly two types. They are major heads and minor heads. Under major heads, CGST, SGST, IGST, UTGST and cess will come. And under minor heads, tax, interest, penalty or fees or any other charges will come. And fourth feature, that is refund. Means what? Here if there is an unutilized balance, you can claim a refund as per the GST rules. Means first here you have deposited the amount in the electronic cash ledger, and after that you have utilized that amount for paying tax or any interest or fees, and still you have the balance in the electronic cash ledger. Means that is the unutilized balance. Here you can refund this unutilized balance subject to GST rules. This is the meaning of refund. So these are the features of electronic cash ledger. First one deposits, second one utilization, third one segregation and fourth one is refund. Now we will see how to access and use your electronic cash ledger. Means what? how we have to access and use your electronic cash ledger. What are the steps involved in accessing the electronic cash ledger? First, what we have to do? First, we have to log into our GST portal. Start by logging into the GST portal with your credentials. Okay, and second one is access the ledger. Means navigate to services option, and second one we have to click the ledger option, and thirdly that is electronic cash ledger. Third, we have to click the electronic cash ledger. First option is services in the GST portal, then go to ledgers, and third one is electronic cash ledger. And after that, after login and access the ledger, what is the third step? That is depositing of funds. For which what we have to do? We have to use the create challan option. We have to use the create challan option for what? To add money, to add required amount, and select the payment mode that works best for you. In this way, we need to deposit the funds in the electronic cash ledger. And after that, we have to check the transactions. Means what here? View the credits and debits in your ledger to monitor the payments and utilization. View the credits and debits in your ledger to monitor the payments and utilization. Afterwards, utilize the funds. Means use the balance to pay any pending tax liabilities or any other dues. In this way, we have to utilize the funds. And last step is refund. Means if there is any excess balance, you can file for a refund subject to GST rules. This point I have already explained in the feature. See here. In the features, that is a refund. Means if there is any unutilized balance or excess balance, you can file for a refunds but subject to GST rules. In this way, we have to access or use your electronic cash ledger. First one login, and second one access the ledger, third one is deposit funds, and fourth one check transactions, fifth one utilize the funds, and sixth one is a refund. Now I will explain this electronic cash ledger through one example. See here. ABC Private Limited, a GST registered company, needs to pay its GST liabilities for the month of December 2024. Means what? ABC Private Limited, they are the GST registered company and they have to pay the GST liabilities for the month of December 2024. The company calculate its total liability as follows. That is CGST, Central Goods and Service Tax 50,000, State Goods and Service Tax 50,000, and Integrated Goods and Service Tax is 30,000 rupees, and late fees, that is rupees 500. So totally it's 1,30,500. These are the liabilities that ABC Private Limited has to pay. Now we will solve the problem. What is the first step? Our first step is deposit money into the electronic cash ledger. Deposit money into the electronic cash ledger. Before that, what we have to do? Means ABC Private Limited that logs into the GST portal. Before depositing money, ABC Private Limited should log into the GST portal and navigates to services, log into GST portal and navigates to services, payment, and create challan. and create challan. Now, company selects the heads and subheads to deposit money. Now, the company, it has to select the heads and subheads to deposit the money. That is, CGST tax is rupees 50,000, SGST 50,000, IGST 30,000 and late fees, that is rupees 500. So, total deposit is rupees 1,30,500. And they choose the payment method also. Here we will take, they choose net banking. Payment method is net banking. First, what they will do? First, they have to log into the GST portal and navigate to services, payments and create challan. And after that, company selects the heads and subheads to deposit the money. Total deposit is, that is rupees 1,30,500 and payment method is net banking. And now we will move to the step second. That is, check the electronic cash ledger. It means what? See here, after depositing, the ledger shows the following balances. After depositing of rupees 1,30,500, ledger shows the following balances. Means in the step 1, company already select the heads and subheads, means major and minor heads. And after depositing the ledger, it shows the following balances. They are major heads, CGST, SGST, IGST and cess. Tax, CGST 50,000 and interest for CGST 0. Penalty for CGST, that is also 0. And fees for CGST, that is also 0. And what about SGST? That is, tax is rupees 50,000. And interest is also 0, penalty, fees, that both are 0. And IGST, tax is rupees 30,000, interest, penalty, fees, that is also 0. And cess, tax is not there, interest, penalty, fees, both all are 0. And but in the fees head, that is rupees 500, that is rupees late fees will come. So, total deposit, that is rupees 1,30,500. So, the ledger shows these following balances. After depositing, the ledger shows the following, these are the balances after depositing. Now, step third, that is, utilize the funds. Here, company then files the return and uses the ledger balance to offset their tax liabilities. Okay, company files the return and uses the ledger balance to offset their tax liabilities. Means what? Step third is utilize the funds. Here, CGST liability of rupees 50,000 is deducted from the CGST head. And SGST liability of rupees 50,000 is deducted from SGST head. And IGST liability of rupees 50,000 is deducted from the IGST head. And cess is not there. And late fees of rupees 500 is deducted from the fees head. See here, late fees of rupees 500 is deducted from the fees head here. Fees head. And we have deposited rupees 1,30,500. See here, we have deposited rupees 1,30,500 and we have paid the or utilized the funds of rupees 1,30,500. Means there is no remaining amount. Okay. And our step 4 is final ledger balance. Step 4 is final ledger balance. See here, CGST, SGST, IGST, cess all are 0 because we have utilized the funds for the payment of tax liabilities and late fees. That is totally rupees 1,30,500. So this is the final ledger balance. Okay, and step 5, that is filing confirmation. Step 5 is filing confirmation. Means what? Once the liabilities are paid and liabilities and late fees they are paid and the return is filed, the system generates the payment receipt. System that generates the payment receipt. This is about filing confirmation. Okay, in this way we have to solve the electronic cash ledger problems. Okay, here in this problem we have deposited rupees 1,30,500 and we have to pay the tax liabilities and late fees, that is total of rupees 1,30,500, means there is no remaining amount of balance. We have fully utilized rupees 1,30,500 for the payment of tax liabilities. Okay, I hope this concept is clear to you all. If not, please leave a comment. Thank you.